Hello and welcome to the penultimate box modes lesson. This one's going to be on the 6th scale Aeolian. If you haven't seen the other videos and the other scales, go back and watch them so you understand this concept in its entirety. Now, let us begin. Okay, the Aeolian scale is much like the Ionian was the major scale, the Aeolian is the minor scale. So it's just the same as any minor scale that you might use. We're just going to use a slightly different position and pattern so that it works with the other scales that we've been doing. So, Aeolian scale. 12, 14, 15. 12, 14, 15. 12, 14, 16. 12, 14, 16. 13, 15, 17, 14, 15, 17. So starting on the E string, 12, 14, 15, A string, 12, 14, 15, D string, 12, 14, 16, G string, 12, 14, 16, B string, 13, 15, 17, E string, 14, 15, 17. And that is your Aeolian scale. And that's of course starting with the other scales and the key, starting with G Ionian, A Dorian, B Phrygian, C Lydian, D Mixed Lydian, bringing you to E Aeolian. Now another one of the many uses that knowing all your scales and knowing the entire fretboard can have is helping you figure out songs. So if you can figure out just one part of a song and figure out where you are on the fretboard in relation to the boxes and know which box you're in, that's going to help you figure out what key you're in, and then that's going to help you know what notes you can and can't use in the rest of the song. Unless the song has a key change of course, and then it changes things up a bit. But let's take a look at some popular songs and I'll show you what the hell I mean. I'm sure everybody knows what that riff is. Michael Jackson beat it. If we look at that riff and look at the notes and find out where they are in which box, you'll find that they're in the Phrygian box. If you play the first 3 strings of the Phrygian box and then play that riff, you'll notice that all the notes are in that box. So therefore, from there I know that that's Phrygian. So if I go down there, that's Dorian, and then you can figure out whether you're in major or whether the song's in minor. But either way, you know your boxes from Phrygian up, and that's going to help you know where you are and what notes you can and can't use to figure out the rest of the song. And for the more alternative of you, Bulletproof Love, if you know that song by Pierce the Veil, I've done a cover of it, I've done a how-to of it. Starts off like this. That riff starts off, we're in the Phrygian box. First 2 notes are there and there in the Phrygian box. And then we kind of go into the end of the Dorian box. That's the last 6 notes of the Dorian, last 6 notes of Phrygian, and it's pretty much going between those 2. And then from knowing that your Dorian box is here and your Phrygian box is here, you know that your Ionian box is here. So if you were figuring out the next part, which would be you know what notes you can use because they're all in the Ionian scale. So there you go, there's the 6th scale, Aeolian, or the minor scale basically. Learn the first 5, learn the Aeolian scale, and then in the next video we will do the final scale, which will be Locrian, and I'll explain some of the theory behind modes so that we don't all get confused.